Major funding for a masterclass with Pinchas Zukerman has been provided by Campbell Methuen Advertising. Additional funding has been provided by Liberty State Bank, David and Cheryl Fessler, and Fine Associates, Incorporated.
On a winter's afternoon in January, a violin master class was held at the University of Minnesota. The master was the world-famous soloist and music director of the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, Pinchas Zukerman. Although the Israeli virtuoso has begun a conducting career, his passion for the violin, as we shall see, burns as brightly as ever. 3 students were selected for the master class: Felicia Brunel, Mari Jameson, and 15-year-old Gary Levinson. With them and the overflow audience, Maestro Zukerman explored musical style, form, technique, and drama. Here are highlights from this extraordinary musical event.
Pretty good. It's good. Can I just suggest a couple of things about the spiccato? It's all one kind of spiccato that I heard. And I think essentially it's because it's not free enough. Your hand is not free enough to do, just to relax it. Sometimes, if you lift the fiddle just that much, consciously, the boy has a better bouncing possibility. And then instead of, we really have to, I'm extreme, that's extreme, obviously, but it just starts bouncing. Huh? Can you try that? And the other thing is that I noticed, and that's something to do again, it's the same principle of catching the first note. What I hear, you're falling into it. See? In other words, what happens is that the left hand arrives way before the right hand. Okay? Just do it a little. Think of the bow, not the left hand. Well, do it a couple of times. And pick up and go. No, you do this. That's better, okay. Right, now do that. Just like you're bouncing a football or a baseball. I mean a basketball. See? Just, right? Is this a French bow?
No.
Ah, because French bows do bounce better here. I found that out from Milstein. Because it bounces bow, just for some reason it bounces here very well. See? French bow. That's not a French bow?
No.
What is that?
German bow.
A German bow. Oh, I don't know where they bounce. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that the bow has to be there before the left hand. And there's a kreutzer number 7. And it goes, it's 8th notes. How many of you know that? Ah, phew, thank you. All right, now. See what I'm doing? I can't do it that well anymore, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. But essentially what I'm getting at is the bow is there before the left hand, before the note speaks. So it's, see? While the up bow is stroked, it's already on a down bow position to play. See? And what it does is it makes the brain say, hey, the right hand has got to be there before the left hand. And that's true, almost to everything that we do. Because without the bow, we can't make the sound. It's out, without the orchestra, we can't make the sound. So we are anticipating every motion that we do as much as possible. 98% of it becomes second nature after a given stretch of time. Right? Okay, let's go on. Wait. Can you do that without... Just let the right hand do it. All right. Can you speak to me as loud as you can right with that phrase? Speak to me. I'm sitting in the 15th row. I've paid $12.50, and I want to hear that tune. Okay? I don't care what the composer has put down there. Just as loud as you can with the nicest sound, obviously. Wait. You know, it's gotta hurt. It's really gotta hurt. Do it. All right, good. Now, the same intensity, softer. Come on, do it. Put your hand here. Over here. Are you squeezing? You're not even squeeze. Squeeze. That's pretty tense, isn't it? Yeah, but it's completely relaxed here. See? In proportion, of course. I mean, it's not as relaxed as if I'm sitting on a beach. But, so, if I didn't do that, put your hand here again. See? I can't do it. It's gotta hurt. Squeeze. Yeah. let's talk about music. Play with me. Right? But you got to start with some intensity because otherwise you have nowhere to go. Because music is essentially two things, tension and relaxation. But, you know, the relaxation comes from, it's like comedy. Comedy is nothing without drama. You have to have drama. Then it's funny. Because it's nothing. It's intensity. Because what you're getting later on is what's the indication there? I can't remember. And? Ah, C major. Yeah. And what's the beginning?
Adagio piano.
Piano, but it's A minor. Yeah, I can play piano, sure. We gotta reach that last row there, remember? $12.50. And in order to do that, you gotta do it here, physically. You gotta do it, it's gotta hurt. If it doesn't hurt you, ain't gonna hurt them. See? We wanna hurt them sometimes. Let them get out of the concert hall and say, you know, I really cried in that spot. They're not saying it because they were happy, right? All right? Good. Can we take a break? Can we take a break? 5 minutes to air the place out. It's getting very hot, huh? You nervous? Yeah. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's start again. Let's start again and take one thing at a time, okay? Let me just, can I tune? Okay, first of all, let's think about two things. One is that we're trying to play in a key that's very bright and in a 4/4 rhythm. Very simple. D major, ba, right? And here I am, folks. You just heard a tutti. Well, we didn't hear the tutti, but there's a tutti. And I'm here, I'm going to make a statement. And Mozart helps us with that. He goes, that's a total statement. It's D major. It's a triad. Right? So, in order to combat your nerves, just think. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Here I am, folks. D major, Mozart. And I'm going to make a statement. 2 bars, basta. Bum, ba, ba, ba. Okay, you can do that better. You can do that better. All right, well, now think of the meter. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 1, 2, da, 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 da. It's nothing unusual. Everybody runs there, including orchestra, soloists, to hold back the da, 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 da. I'm making a statement. It's D major. That's all it is. It's 8th notes, D major. One more time. Bum, ba-dum. All right. Yeah, but you got to find your D, huh? Okay. All right. You know what I've done? In order to combatant. I've been fighting for 25 years with that one bar. So I do. If I can't go up and down, I go one way. Try it. Try it. Just try it. Just that. Again. Then down. Finish down. Now do the forte. Again. Is that easier or more difficult or what?
It's kind of easier.
Right? Well. Yeah, something. Don't worry about the rhythm. It's in 3/8. Don't worry. Okay? Don't get yourself into a box. Okay? Just feel and play and tell us that this is an introduction to a slow movement. Wait. Why? Why not? Why not? Fermata. Stop. Everything stop fermata. And you guide it according to what you have. The hall, the size, the playing, the emotion of the moment. He's giving you a fermata. He says stop. The composer says stop. So he says to you, guide it. You control the stopping, right? Do it once, Appo, and play the first 2 bars absolutely still, quiet. All right, now can you give me a little bit more intensity in the left hand? 2, 3. 2, 3. But you have to save the ball. Okay, now. Oh. Here, fingers. Sure. Also, would help, because if you don't, I mean, you do it with the arm, it doesn't work. So, little fingers. Then you open up. But you have to control that sound. It's the support that singers give with their diaphragm, or wind players, when they're playing very soft. They go I don't know how many of you have seen Fischer Dieskau, but when he sings piano, he goes like this on his feet, and he goes. There's air coming out. There's control from the diaphragm, and it's the same thing we're doing here. We're doing it with a bow. In fact, I sometimes step forward too, but I mean, it just helps you. It gives you a little bit of a lift, huh? Don't get yourself choked up because you say, "Oh my God, there's a long bow coming," because then you're already 2 steps behind, right? And look, listen. Can you take a breath? Do that. No, you go. I'm going. In, not out. Doesn't matter. Now, wait, I'm not finished with you. Wait. We can't do that in Mozart. Right? The style, the period, the time, it's different. This is very romantic music. And within a framework, you mustn't explode unnaturally. But you have to speak that in absolutely the truest, possibly convincing manner you have. Right? To the audience. Because we are no longer, we are out of the Baroque era. We are away from that. We're now in 1830s, 40s in Europe, Middle Europe. A lot is going on, right? You have to think of that. So, can you try it again? Can you try it again? Just really try and, I don't know how to say it, but just try and really make us listen to every note that you want to produce out of the instrument. Make us listen. Don't just play it because he wrote it down on a piece of paper, yeah? Hey, wait. Take a breath. One, two, three, 1, 2. Open. Better. Look, if I didn't think of the bow, it would do like this. Don't you see that a lot? No. Here. The bow makes the left hand go there. It reminds you where that spot is. Believe it or not. Right? I know it's hard. You have to experiment and feel it yourself. And you know what? Sometimes we miss it. And that's why we practice. It's like a backhand. How many times do you see those guys on the court, those pros, practicing the motion within a 5-hour match or 5-setter? How many times do they go back to that motion? What does that mean? It means they're going into the basics because they're not feeling quite right. Well, it's the same idea within a performance. It becomes second nature, of course. It doesn't require 10 hours a day, 2 hours a day. It requires 20 minutes a day, half an hour. It's basics, basics, basics. The bow essentially is, we should break it down into 3 parts: the frog, the middle, and the tip. There are 3 unique problems in that, in order for us to combat the problem of playing with a straight stick. Because essentially what happens is that the arm is moving in a semicircle. That's the natural flow of the arm, right? Okay. All of a sudden, we have to go at a 90-degree angle with a straight stick in our hand against Mother Nature. See? We have to do that. First thing happens is from the shoulder to the elbow, it becomes stationary, correct? It's still moving, but less so. The angle is smaller, isn't it? I mean, it's a lot smaller than that. If you just take the elbow, right? If you take it from the elbow, you put your hand here, don't let it move. The arm moves like that, with a breakage at the elbow, right? Now, all of a sudden, we're not doing that anymore. See, it's smaller. That's become stationary. Now, the next thing we have to do is a double process. One is, we have to change that motion and make it go that way. See? So we are making the forearm essentially go out from the elbow, go out against Mother Nature, right? Out, and then the wrist breaks in 2 ways. It goes in and out, in and out, in, out. I heard that for 4.5 years, every waking moment when I studied with Mr. G, because that's what you have to do in order to play the fiddle. And if anybody says that you don't have to do that, like that. Can I go home now? Goodbye, thank you. Thank you.